If you have been exploring the ketogenic lifestyle or maybe just trying to lower your blood sugar and watch your carbohydrates, you have likely hit a major roadblock. It is a point of confusion that I hear about from my clients in their 60s and 70s almost every single day. You have been told for decades that fruit is nature's candy. You have been told an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But now, you are hearing that fruit is full of sugar, that it spikes your insulin, and that if you want to burn fat or protect your brain, you need to say goodbye to the fruit bowl forever. It feels contradictory, doesn't it? And frankly, it feels a little sad. The idea of never enjoying a fresh summer berry or a slice of refreshing melon again can be enough to make anyone want to quit a diet before they even start. Well, I have some excellent news for you. You do not have to choose between your health goals and enjoying the bounty of nature. You can have your keto cake, or in this case, your fruit, and eat it too. Today, we are going to walk through 5 specific fruits that you can enjoy while staying in a fat-burning state. These aren't just allowed foods, they are functional tools. We are going to discuss how these specific fruits can help downregulate inflammation, which is the root cause of joint pain and stiffness. We will look at how they support your liver, how they can actually help you balance your blood sugar, and how they fit into a lifestyle that prioritizes longevity and vitality. We are also going to have a very honest conversation about the fruits you really should avoid, the ones that act more like candy bars in your body and can burden your liver. And because I want you to succeed, I am going to share a few physiological hacks. These are simple, science-backed movements and timing strategies that you can use to blunt the blood sugar response of any meal. If you are concerned about type 2 diabetes, or if you are just trying to keep your energy steady throughout the day, these tips are going to be game changers for you. So, get comfortable. Let's clear up the confusion and get you back to enjoying your food. Before we dive into the top 5 list, we need to set some ground rules. I call these the keto considerations. As we get older, our bodies become a little less forgiving of toxins and chemicals than they were when we were 20. Our detoxification pathways, specifically in the liver and kidneys, need a little more support. Therefore, the first rule is about quality. Whenever possible, I want you to choose organic fruit. Here is why. Non-organic fruit is often sprayed with pesticides like glyphosate. Modern research suggests that these chemicals can irritate the lining of your gut. In medicine, we call this increasing intestinal permeability, or leaky gut. When that barrier is compromised, it allows inflammation to spread throughout the body. Since we are doing keto to lower inflammation, eating pesticide-laden fruit is like taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Rule number 2. We are talking about the whole fruit. We are never, ever talking about fruit juice. I want you to think of fruit juice as sugar water, with a little vitamin marketing attached to it. When you juice an orange or a pomegranate, you are stripping away the fiber. Fiber is the safety net. It slows down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. Without that fiber, your blood sugar spikes rapidly, your insulin shoots up, and you are knocked out of ketosis immediately. So, if you have orange juice in your fridge, it might be time to pour it out. We want the fiber, the skin, and the pulp. Rule number 3, support local. When fruit has to be shipped halfway across the world, it is picked before it is ripe, meaning it hasn't fully developed its nutrient profile. Local fruit, bought in season, is generally more nutrient-dense. Now let's get into the good stuff. The top 5 fruits for a ketogenic, anti-inflammatory lifestyle. Number 1 is the absolute gold standard. If you only eat one type of fruit for the rest of your life, let it be this category: berries. I am talking about blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, and strawberries. Berries are unique because they have a very low glycemic load. This means they don't cause a dramatic rise in your blood sugar. But beyond the sugar content, the medicinal value here is incredible, especially for the aging brain. Blueberries, specifically, are loaded with a compound called anthocyanin. That is the pigment that gives them their deep blue and purple color. Think of anthocyanins as sunscreen for your cells. They protect your mitochondria, the little power plants inside your cells, from oxidative stress. As we age, mitochondrial function naturally declines, which leads to lower energy and brain fog. Blueberries help fight that process. Here is a wonderful little tip specifically for blueberries. Buy them organic and wild if you can, and then freeze them, or just buy them frozen. It sounds strange, right? But science shows us that when you freeze blueberries, the ice crystals that form actually break down the cell structure of the berry slightly. This makes the anthocyanins more bioavailable. It means your body can absorb more of the antioxidants from a frozen blueberry than a fresh one. Plus, eating them frozen is like having a little sorbet dessert. About half a cup a day is a perfect amount. Let's look at raspberries. These are phenomenal for appetite control. If you find yourself struggling with cravings in the evening, raspberries are your friend. They are incredibly high in fiber, which increases satiety, that feeling of being full. While we are talking about cravings, I want to address the sweet tooth. It is very common when you switch to a lower-carb diet to suddenly crave sugar intensely. This happens because the same centers in the brain that light up for addictive substances also light up for sugar. If you are finding those cravings unbearable, you might want to look into a supplement called L-glutamine. It's an amino acid that has been shown to calm that part of the brain and reduce sugar cravings. Of course, always check with your doctor before starting something new, but it's a tool worth knowing about. Back to the berries, strawberries and blackberries are also excellent. They help boost adiponectin and leptin. These are hormones that regulate your metabolism and tell your body, we have enough energy, go ahead and burn some fat. So berries are number one. They are safe, delicious, and fantastic for your brain. Number two on our list is pomegranate. Now I need to be specific here. I am not talking about the juice. I am talking about the arils, those little ruby red seeds inside the fruit. A half cup of pomegranate seeds has about 12 grams of sugar. That is on the higher end of low carb, so we want to use these in moderation. But the trade-off is worth it because pomegranates are a superfood for your blood vessels. One of the biggest concerns as we age is cardiovascular health, keeping our blood pressure normalized and our arteries flexible. Pomegranate seeds are rich in phytonutrients that help stimulate the production of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a gas that signals your blood vessels to relax and widen, which improves blood flow and circulation. For the gentleman watching, this improved blood flow translates to better urological health and even helps with testosterone levels. For everyone, better blood flow means more oxygen reaching your brain and your heart. But there is another benefit specific to blood sugar. The compounds in pomegranate have been shown to support the beta cells in your pancreas. The pancreas is the organ responsible for making insulin. If you have been pre-diabetic or have type 2 diabetes, your beta cells are under a lot of stress. Pomegranate helps protect these cells, supporting healthy insulin production. My favorite way to eat them? Sprinkle a small handful over a salad or, just like the blueberries, freeze the seeds and eat them as a crunchy cold snack. Number 3 is a fruit we often mistake for a vegetable, the avocado. You might be thinking, wait, avocado is a fruit? Yes, technically, it is a single-seeded berry, and it is arguably the most important food for anyone over 50 on a ketogenic diet. The avocado is loaded with healthy monounsaturated fats. These fats are crucial because they help keep you satiated. When you eat fat with your meal, it slows down the digestion of everything else, leading to a very stable, flat blood sugar response. But the real magic of the avocado for seniors is potassium. When you lower your carbohydrates, your insulin levels drop. This is a good thing. However, when insulin drops, your kidneys release excess water. That's why you lose water weight in the first week of keto. But along with that water, you flush out essential electrolytes, specifically sodium and potassium. If you don't replenish these, you get what we call the keto flu. You might feel tired, have a headache, or experience muscle cramps. Even more dangerous for seniors, low electrolytes can lead to dizziness upon standing, which increases the risk of falls. We need about 4,700 milligrams of potassium a day. A banana, which is too high in sugar, only has about 400 milligrams. An avocado? It has nearly double the potassium of a banana with none of the sugar. Avocados are also rich in vitamin B5. This is known as the anti-stress vitamin because it supports your adrenal glands. If you feel tired but wired, or if you struggle to recover after a walk or a round of golf, Your adrenals might need some support. The B5 in avocados helps regulate cortisol, your stress hormone. Here is a practical kitchen tip. When you eat an avocado, try to peel the skin off like a banana rather than scooping it out with a spoon. The highest concentration of antioxidants, specifically the dark green flesh, is right up against the skin. If you scoop, you often leave the best medicine in the trash. Number 4 is a powerhouse, but it comes with a very important medical warning. We are talking about grapefruit. Grapefruit is fascinating. It contains a specialized antioxidant called naringenin. Research has shown that naringenin can actually program your liver to burn fat rather than store it. It improves insulin sensitivity, meaning your cells become better at listening to the signal of insulin, which pulls sugar out of your blood and uses it for energy. There was a study that actually compared grapefruit juice to metformin, a common diabetes drug. The study suggested grapefruit had a significant impact on lowering blood sugar. Now, I am not saying grapefruit replaces your medication. Never stop taking medication without your doctor's supervision, but it shows you the power of food as medicine. However, here is the critical warning that many videos won't tell you. Grapefruit interacts with a specific enzyme in your liver called CYP3A4. This enzyme is responsible for metabolizing many common medications, including statins for cholesterol, blood pressure medications, and even some blood thinners. If you eat grapefruit while on these drugs, it can cause the medication to build up in your bloodstream to dangerous levels, or in some cases make them less effective. So, if you are taking any prescription medications, you must ask your doctor or pharmacist specifically, is it safe for me to eat grapefruit? If they say yes, it is a fantastic tool for weight loss and insulin control. If they say no, stick to the berries and avocados. It is not worth the risk. Number 5 is the fruit that acts like premium fuel for your brain, coconut. We often think of coconut as a nut, but it is a fibrous, one-seeded drupe, which is a type of fruit. Coconut is unique because about 60% of its fat comes from MCTs, medium-chain triglycerides. Unlike other fats that have to go through a long digestive process, MCTs head straight to the liver and are converted almost immediately into ketones. Why does this matter for you? Ketones are an alternative fuel source for the brain. As we age, our brains can sometimes lose the ability to process glucose, sugar, efficiently. This energy deficit is linked to cognitive decline and conditions like Alzheimer's. However, the brain never loses its ability to use ketones. By eating coconut meat or using coconut oil, you are providing a direct energy line to your brain cells. You might notice the lights turn on. Better focus, clearer thinking, and more mental stamina. Coconut also contains lauric acid, which is a powerful antimicrobial. It helps your immune system fight off viruses and bad bacteria in the gut. Now, I know some of you are worried about cholesterol. You have heard coconut oil is a saturated fat and it might clog your arteries. Let's look at the modern science. Coconut oil does raise cholesterol, but it specifically raises HDL, the good carrier, and improves the quality of your LDL. It tends to create large, fluffy LDL particles, which are not the dangerous sticky kind that cause plaques. Context matters. In a low-sugar, low-inflammation diet, healthy saturated fats like coconut are generally supportive of health, not harmful. So, those are your top 5: berries, pomegranate, avocado, grapefruit with caution, and coconut. Now, briefly, we need to look at the no-go list. These are the fruits that are simply too high in fructose for a keto lifestyle. We want to avoid bananas, grapes, pineapples, mangoes, pears, and most apples, and definitely avoid all dried fruit like raisins or dates. Here is the science of why. These fruits are high in fructose. Unlike glucose, which every cell in your body can use for energy, fructose can only be processed by the liver. Your liver is the hard-working soccer mom of your organs. It is doing 1,000 things at once, detoxing your blood, managing hormones, producing bile. When you flood it with fructose from a banana or a handful of grapes, the liver gets overwhelmed. It has no choice but to convert that excess fructose directly into fat. This leads to liver fat accumulation, or fatty liver, which is becoming an epidemic among seniors who don't even drink alcohol. A fatty liver cannot regulate your metabolism, and it struggles to convert thyroid hormones. If you have a sluggish thyroid, low energy, cold hands, thinning hair, you need to love your liver. And loving your liver means lowering the fructose. Finally, I promised you some hacks to balance your blood sugar, regardless of what you eat. These are perfect for those moments when you do decide to have a few more carbs than usual. Hack number 1. The Soleus squat or chair squat. Your large leg muscles are the biggest sugar sinks in your body. Before you eat a meal with carbohydrates, try to do 50 squats. Now, if you have bad knees, do not do deep squats. Simply sit in a sturdy chair, stand up, and sit back down. Do that for a couple of minutes. By activating these muscles, you wake up a transporter called GLUT4. This transporter moves to the surface of your muscle cells and acts like a vacuum for glucose. It sucks the sugar out of your bloodstream and into the muscle to be burned for energy, rather than letting it float around and get stored as fat. It is a free pass for your blood sugar. Hack number 2. The postprandial stroll. A study recently showed that walking for just 10 minutes after a meal resulted in a 22% decrease in blood sugar compared to sitting down. We used to call this the digestive walk, and our grandparents knew what they were doing. When you walk after eating, you engage your muscles right as digestion is releasing sugar into the blood. You burn it off in real time. Plus, it aids digestion and helps you sleep better if you do it after dinner. Hack number 3. Timing. If you are going to eat fruit, try to eat it later in the day rather than first thing in the morning. In the morning, your cortisol is naturally higher, which can make you a bit more insulin resistant. Later in the day, especially if you have moved around, your body is more primed to accept those carbohydrates. Changing your diet after 50, 60, or 70 years of habit is not easy. I know that. But the body is miraculously forgiving. It wants to heal. It wants to have energy. By making these simple swaps, berries instead of bananas, avocado instead of toast, you are giving your body the raw materials it needs to repair and thrive. You don't have to do this perfectly. Just start with one better choice today. If you found this helpful and you want to dive deeper into how to restart your metabolism, I have a comprehensive guide that walks you through the pillars of this lifestyle: fat adaptation, intermittent fasting, and diet variation. It is a great resource if you want a roadmap. Thank you for investing this time in your health. Remember, you are not just aging, you are ripening. Let's make these the best years yet. Have a healthy day.